Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to the kit launch reaction for the Everton Hummel away kit for the 2020-21 season. We're just reacting to the news that Everton have released a new amber away kit. I mean, it's one for the purists, this one, isn't it? It's a really, really impressive number, I think, this one from Hummel. What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, it's old school, isn't it? It's a no-brainer from Hummel. Like, obviously Hummel come in and you know they've played to blinder with the home kit. You know, the most popular, fastest selling home kit for ages when that came out, and now this away kit. I can see that being just as popular because people have been crying out for an amber away kit for a while, and it's such a staple of Everton, isn't it? Just even when we go years without having amber.
Everyone's crying for one, aren't they? They've been wanting this for a long time, and we finally got it. I think this is our first amber kit since 2012, I think.
Well, yeah, it's the amber and blue is synonymous with Everton. Even though we've had other colours in recent years far more often, everyone thinks of an Everton away kit. They'll often think of amber and blue, and then maybe pink. But yeah, I mean, it's Hummel as well, and the amber away kits, the famous pictures of Alan Ball, who first introduced, big catalyst for Hummel coming to into the English game, and yeah, the first time out for Hummel's away kit, I think they just put their money on a banker, haven't they, and just decided, we're going to have an amber and blue away kit, proper Alan Ball, and they haven't gone too mad with the design either. Obviously, it's very similar in template and layouts to the home kit, but I'm not against that personally, especially when it
was a winning setup from what we saw with the home kit. It went down very well, and sometimes Everton fans, I think, are very much of that less is more variety. They like those kind of subtle classic Everton shirts rather than anything too out there.
Yeah, I mean, there is room to be a bit creative, but I think with a home and away, especially when you're doing an amber away kit for the first time in a while, and you're introducing yourself as a brand to a set of supporters and to a club, you're going to play it safe, aren't you? And honestly,
it's safe, but they've played it very well, if you ask me.
I think, and I'm going to steal your shout from off camera earlier on, is the strongest set of two kits I've seen for a while. Yeah. Like, obviously, there's still the
full set of kits.
But those two together, I think, the home kits and the away kits, I think, are fantastic. It's very retro, very old school Everton.
I mean, I think you'd have to go back to maybe when I was about 10 or 11 for the last time I bought a home and away kit the same season. And I could very much be considering doing that this season because the two of them are absolutely quality.
Yeah, I love it, and I'm not one of those people who's enamoured with an amber away kit. I'm not someone who was crying out for it. I know I'm in the minority. I am in the minority because a lot of people are. They want to see that as the Everton away kit. For me, it wouldn't have bothered me if it wasn't amber. If we didn't go back to amber. But looking at this, fantastic. I think it's a brilliant.
They've nailed it there. I mean, what a star for Hummel though. They're just like, I mean, they're notoriously quite out there sometimes with the kits, but they've gone very, very stylish, very subtle, and very classic Everton with both of the kits now, haven't they? I think it's interesting because if there's going to be a third kit, no doubt, and it makes you wonder, are they going to maybe make it a bit more interesting with the third kit, maybe be a bit more out there?
Well, even if they do, they've given themselves that window. I think people have forgiven them if they went a bit funky with the third, because the home and the way have gone. You've got it in one phrase there. It's very classic, isn't it? Very classic Everton.
Is where they go for like the absolute hat trick on the first time and like do a black watch kit with like a pink sash.
Oh my God, there'd be people online going.
The purists are literally going to like sign them up for life if they do that.
I know. I'm surprised no one's done that. Yeah, it seems to be people at a certain like sort of elements asking for that every single summer. We've never had that though in these modern times, have we? But
no, I can't remember us ever having like all three like vintage kits like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows with the third kit, but I'm happy with this away kit. I think that it's another it's another home run, it's another goal, it's another, it's another sure thing from Hummel. I think they've done very well for these first home and away kit they brought out.
The designs are fantastic, aren't they? You know what I mean? Yeah, I think we can give them a free hit on that kit. It's gonna be where everyone's gonna be like on tenterhooks though, waiting for it because they've done so well, and we're thinking like, what can they do next to impress us? I mean, I think it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think we've been waiting this. It's been a bit stale with Umbro in the past, hasn't it? And I think we've really freshened it up. And Hummel seems to have bought into the Everton sort of ethos very quickly, haven't they? Like, I think, like you say, the Alan Ball side of things, I think that was a no-brainer for them, especially with the the amber away kit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Umbro, a lot of people like Umbro, although a lot of people don't like Umbro for different reasons. I was a bit bored and I was a bit stale. I was ready for something different and ready for something we hadn't had before, which Hummel certainly is.
Hummel is brand new as a kit sponsor, yeah.
And I always worry what the kits are going to look like because you want the kits to be nice, even if you don't buy them. Like kids all wear them.
You want to be proud of what you're wearing, I think. And
yeah, I just think it's a big part of football. Personally, people might not agree with me. I think the way your team looks, the way your kit looks, the way your stadium looks, it's the optics of football. It's the way it's a big part of it. Like
it's certainly part of the marketing that's so excessive in the modern era. So from that sort of PR, like like you say, it's the sort of facade of it all, really, and it does make quite an impact on how you're perceived sometimes. So you can't underestimate that nowadays.
No, exactly. I mean, some clubs are popular just because of how how nice the kits are, and some clubs are notorious for having bad kits. And I was worried that Everton were going to end up in that category with this last run of Umbro, because even the better kits from Umbro this time around, towards the last couple of years, have been poor.
Yeah.
Whereas these two Hummel kits have been both brilliant.
Absolute top drawer, isn't it? I mean, like I say, I think it's probably the best set of kits we've had for a long time. Yeah, it's going to be one of them. I don't think I've ever, certainly not in the time that I've been paying for my kits, I don't think I've ever bought a home and an away shirt in the same season. So, if they've convinced me to really put my hands in my pocket this summer, I think they've done an absolutely outstanding job.
Yeah, that's a sign of a good thing, isn't it? When you said that, it made me think. Like, I used to get multiple kits when I was younger, but I wasn't paying for them. But then, as it went on from there, I'd usually get one, and that was because I was paying for it. But I don't wear them at the minute, not because I don't like them, but because they don't fit. But basically, if I was of the mind to be buying them, I'd be buying probably both of these. I think they're both, very, very Everton, aren't they?
Yeah, it's vintage. It is vintage, and it's like it's one of those sort of, with a club who hasn't really done much lately. I think we always hark back to the good old days, if you like, and it's one to really sets the tone, doesn't it, with that like nostalgic vibe. These kits, both of them, really, I think.
Yeah, 60s and 70s.
Particularly, there's like 1970 kit, isn't it?
Mm.
And yet they did. It's clear that Hummel know what they're doing in that respect. It's interesting.
Definitely.
It's interesting to
see how popular this one is compared to the first one, because it's
everyone's probably spent all the money on the home kit first.
If it's one thing you need to know, there's always money for kits for your kids. They make sure you've got it somehow.
Yeah, I mean, if any of them is going to like convince them to part with the money, I think these ones are the ones. Like, it's not often we get like two quality kits in the same season, and we've done it, and I'm actually gonna spend some of my money on this. I think I'm gonna certainly that away kit. I think I'm definitely going to be buying that.
Yeah.
For that reason, I think from a financial side, I think I'm kind of glad I haven't ordered the home kit just yet, because I thought maybe if money does get a bit tight, I'm thinking that away kit is nice.
It's more amber as well, isn't it? That when you see it in person compared to what it looks like in some of the pictures, like it looks quite yellow on the website, but in person it has got that deep sort of amber Everton amber colouring. So I think, could see people being very pleased with that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic strip, if you ask me.
Yeah,
we can't really argue with what Hummel have done first time around. They blew it out the water, really, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely, they have.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's the Everton kit reaction. Let us know your opinion on the new Everton away kit. Drop us a comment below. Give this video a like and a subscribe. And until next time, thank you for watching on the Toffee Blues.